Welcome to my standing up series. This is just a really good one if you don't want to be lying down for whatever reason, or you have a rooftop like I do. It's really nice to just move around in the sun. So we're starting by elongating the sides of our body. I just really want you to move around in all directions. So just stretch your arms one side to the other, lean towards one side to the other, stretch your quads a little bit, just start getting your balance. Play around with whatever feels tight. You just want to make space there and stretch it. And really we're just doing basic dancer warm-up exercises. So you're putting your arms up and bending your knees, going down in goddess pose and just making circles with your hips to one side, to the other, elongating, pulling towards the sky. Clasp your hands behind you and bend your torso without curving too much your back, your spine. Pull your arms up, look at the sun, and then look down. Go down, look at your knees, and then arch up, down and up, and do a few repetitive moves like this. Now we're going to do some basic ballet, one leg behind the other, one in fifth position kind of thing. So this is a really good one for just stretching everything as much as you can. So we are stretching towards the side. We're imagining that we have threads that are pulling us coming out of our fingers. So we are stretching, putting your whole being into making yourself bigger and longer and more expansive. And I like to do these kicks as well. Just start kicking to the front. Take this not too seriously, so you're just moving. You're not trying to get to any particular height. You just want to really move your nerves and your fascia, because what happens during stretching is that your muscles can stretch, but the fascia and the nerves cannot. So you need to really just move them around so that they get long enough for you to do the exercises and to stretch the muscle. So it's really good to do super basic, easy stretching exercises. I like to stretch my neck, so I put my chin towards my chest and I just stretch my neck in all directions, aided by my hands. I just push with my hands the neck to one side, to the other, and sometimes it's an active stretch where I am pulling my neck to the other side, so pushing it against your arm, against your hand. And a lot of chest expansiveness, I think, is really important. So listen to your body and do what feels harder, but also what feels right. Often it's a lot of chest opening exercises, because that's one thing that we do in our day-to-day life that we have a lack of, because we're often, bending forward in bad positions, in chairs. So just walking around, don't be afraid to move and leave your space and walk around and be like a child. Spin around for a little bit. If you have space, then use the space. Just spin around and move in all directions. Follow the sun, follow the breeze, follow the air. Kick a little bit more if you need to. I like doing all these ballet kind of moves because they just make me feel nice. They're kind of beautiful, and they're actually pretty hard, so they're really good. After a few of these reps, even though it looks like nothing, you have really stretched your psoas muscle, the one in front of your quads, and you are really quite out of breath actually. And never let your arms come down. That's a really big one for me, to build up the cardio rhythm. Just keep your arms up as much as you can. And now we're gonna do this one, which is really good again for the fascia, for the nerves. Just bending down. You can bend your knees, so you're folding forward. You can bend your knees, you hold your elbows, and you just let go, and you let yourself balance from side to side. You do a little stretch to one side, pushing with your hand against your opposite leg and then the other one. And when you do these kind of twists, you want to be doing the twist with your stomach area. So you think about your core twisting, not so much your head, but because your core twists, then your head will too. And now we're bending forward again, imagining that there's something pulling you from your arms backwards, And then as you fold from your arms forward, so your arms are going as slow as you can. Get up, and we're not gonna stop moving. We're just gonna bend our knees, come into goddess pose again. And from goddess pose, just stay there. Place your elbows, on your knees. And stretch to one side and to the other, really pushing the opposite knee with your right hand on the right knee and push it away. Left hand on the left knee and push it away. And then rest both your elbows on the knees. And this is a good opening of the groin kind of exercise. And you can do this while standing up, kind of. So just keep moving from side to side until you feel like you're stretched enough, which is never going to happen, but just enough. You will feel a certain release at one point. And now we're going to start using our arms again. So pressing the ground with our feet, we are coming up, and you're going to feel your glutes during this exercise. You're pulling away, expansive with your arms, trying to reach the sky, and then bending your knees and coming down again. And this move is happening from your core and from your glutes. Now we're going to go down, push your arms together in prayer pose, and slowly transitioning from one side to the other, bending one knee and the other one. You're going to feel the stretch in the inside of your leg, in your adductors and again your groins. At any moment you can stretch your arms and take the stretch to the next level. I really like this one. I just feel like it stretches everything. It's a really effective stretch. I crave this one a lot. Mostly I do it, sitting down, but you can do it like this and you're actually having to keep the balance, so it's even a little bit more challenging. And just stretch your arm really to one side and to the other above your head. Coming back to goddess pose, plies. And now I'm just going to stretch my hamstrings a little bit by crossing one leg in front of the other one and then folding forward, keeping both legs stretched. They don't have to be stretched if you can't, but if you can, think about pulling your core in and stretching your legs at the same time. So you're pushing rather than letting it go. You're keeping everything engaged. I think that's really important to stretch, to keep your muscles engaged. And when you stretch forward, you're really kind of like pulling and pushing away. You're having opposite pulls and pulls. And breathe into the areas that you feel that are stretching. So in this case, we are really going to breathe on the back of your legs. And even down almost to your feet, because you will feel those tendons. Now we're going to do a quick opening of the chest. It seems really simple, but it's really hard. So you're going to try to crack a nut between your shoulder blades, and with your elbows bent and very, very open, just try to get the muscles in your back to close together. And that's how the move is starting, really. And then you're going to take your elbows towards your head and down again. Just a few of those. Now we're going to do a balancing forward. So you lift your left knee and you imagine you're an airplane flying, arms behind you, palms facing down. And don't think of the balance, just think of the stretch. So what we're doing here is stretching our left leg, and you will feel the stretch in your inner groin. And now we're going to stretch the right leg. So stretch it behind you, and when you can't go anymore, then you lift it and you keep stretching it behind you, and you're using both of your legs to stretch, with the added challenge that now all of your body weight is in one leg. Arms behind you. Imagine you're a bird. Imagine that the air is dense and it's holding you. Get yourself into a lunge. Take the prayer up and stretch. Bend your left knee a little bit. bend it a bit more and just follow it until you feel a really big stretch. And with the arms, we're going to do what we did previously. So we're going to try to get our muscles on our back together. Try to hold something in between them. Now we're going to change legs. The back leg is going to bend a little bit, and this bend, we are using it to stretch the front of the leg. That's the purpose of the bend. So it makes things harder for a little bit, and then once you can reach that stretch, then you may want to stretch the leg, and then it will be even harder. Now just release everything, come down, see where you need more stretch. Usually the hamstrings would be the one. Put your legs in kind of like a third position ballet, and now you're going to transition from one leg to the other one, keeping both legs stretched. Fold forward. Circle everything. Now we're just going to super let go. Do the invisible pulling of the string. In this exercise, we're really pulling everything towards the sky and then dragging the sky down. Expand your arms, pull to the sides, push and pull to the sides. Think of huge movements. Think that you're a giant and you want your movements to be really, really big. I find that a good timing for a stretch is minimum 15 minutes because it allows you to kind of relax into it. Otherwise, you're a bit rushed. So that's why I'm making this 15 minutes. I could have made it shorter, but I just think you have to enter that kind of meditative, anything can happen state. That's the whole point. So just throw your arms to one side, to the other. You will feel the oxygen in your body. That's partly why we're doing this, because as you move, as you get air, as you get movement into all these places, you will feel it. It's not only your muscles, it's your mind. Now this is a good one to stretch the back of your thighs, which is kind of hard while being standing up, but I do this if I go to the park and I can't lie down for whatever reason. Then you just do this kind of yoga move where you put your left ankle on your right knee and then bend that leg. And you will feel a really huge stretch. It's kind of like standing up pigeon. Really huge stretch on the leg that's resting on the other one, the one that's on the floor. So you change from one leg to the other. So one leg is on the floor and the other leg is lifting, bent, and resting the ankle on that knee. Now I want to show you how to get that engagement in your back muscles. A really good way is to put both your arms behind your back, press your knuckles together, so you're kind of like your fists together. And when you press your fists together, it's harder than it looks, and you will feel that you're engaging your back muscles. That is the action that I want you to do in all of these stretches where we are opening the chest. You have to engage all of those back muscles. And you can come back to that feeling by pressing your fists together behind your back. So I want you to move again, all the nerves in your legs, get it flowing, get the circuit going. Fold down, bend your legs. This doesn't look like much, this doesn't look like anything, and it doesn't look hard, but it's a good one. And you could do that for several minutes if you want to. You can just extend that and you will feel a rush coming towards your head. A rush of energy, blood, oxygen, legs opening. So we are folding. Breathe very, very deeply. Don't underestimate the power of breathing. I know it doesn't feel like anything is happening, but once you do it for 15 minutes, you will feel it. And it's actually really important. Breathe very, very deeply and release with stress. Breathe in peace and release stress. So you're folding, letting everything go, release stress. Now we're gonna finish by opening our arms towards the sun. Stretch, stretch, stretch open. You are done, you are finished, your day is about to commence. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in the next one.